Hello, welcome to Top 10 Mods for Minecraft 1.14.4 Fabric. So the first mod I want to look at is a mod called Altcraft Tools. So this mod lets you change the way, and I've got the advanced tooltips on, so you can see that when we have a handle of wood, it's just a regular sword, durability 1, speed 1, enchantability 1. And this is going to work for all the different tools, by the way. So handle of bone now, that's going to give you slightly less durability, faster speed, better enchantability. We've got a handle of iron, so more durability but worse speed and enchantability. And these are all the materials you can use, and it only affects, you can only do the rod, but you can, like I say, you can use axes and various other tools as well, shovels, etc. Gold, obviously high enchantability, lower durability and speed. And with blaze, we've got, blaze is pretty good actually, high durability, same speed, enchantability is good. And then finally we have bamboo. So it's looking like probably blaze is going to be the best. This I'd imagine is, yeah, a little bit lower. If you look at the most attack, bamboo and bone have got the most attack. Next mod is called a Crystalline Novelty. So we're going to pick block and we're going to see we're going to get some golden topaz. And we can also get this carnelian ore. It seems to be a little bit lower, but I did actually find some. You can see it's right there under the lava. We can also find these gooseberries on the surface. And they are damaging the cows there. So yeah, so if you wanted to make, like, for instance, a blaze pickaxe, you would have to do it like this, right? Now when we break these ores, we're going to get a carnelian crystal. Also going to get a golden topaz crystal. When we need the gooseberries, okay, let's try to wound ourselves in a slightly different way, see if we can get the effect from these. So obviously, this is the berries have helped kill critical wounds. Okay, so you can make these charms, the heal charm, and we also have the purity charm, which are made with the crystals. So the heal charm just simply gives you regeneration 3 for 3 seconds. And you can see the cooldown is quite long on that. And with the purity charm, for instance, I've got weakness at the moment. You feel free to all effects. So this is very useful for going in an ocean monument. Okay, we also have the pillars here. So this is gives you regeneration 2. The range looks to be about 8 to 10 blocks. Okay, so the other pillar, yeah, it will immediately clear all effects. So the crystal dagger is made with both the different types of crystal. And when we try and attack a mob, nothing happens. But if we right click on it, you get resistance and strength 2, and then you can actually use it. Okay, now we have a mod called carrots. So what you can do is you can get any regular carrots and craft it together with string to get the carrot bundle. And with the carrot bundle, then you can then turn the carrot bundle any different color. So as far as I'm aware, there isn't actually any point to having the carrot bundle, so you can cook it into roasted carrots, which is something which you can actually obviously eat. Gives you night vision and water breathing. Okay, now let's look at this mod called Cookies Plus. So I guess the first thing we can look at is maybe how to get the basic cookies here. So let's look at the round cookie. So for that, we're going to need to get cookie dough, which is milk, sugar, and wheat. Actually, not going to need. So that will get the cookie dough. And then the round cookie cutter is going to be iron and spruce planks. So that will be how you make the round cookie. So you can see there's different types of round cookie. Like obviously they're all going to use the round cookie cutter. So the sugar cookie would need the cookie dough, but you're also going to need sugar powder, which is sugar, and the hand grinder. It's actually quite a lot of tools for this. And the hand grinder is going to use the cookie cutter. Now if we consider now the chocolate chip cookie, it's going to need chocolate chips, which is obviously going to be cocoa, and the hand grinder as well. And the double chocolate chip is going to additionally require some chocolate powder, which is going to be chocolate chips with the hand grinder. Okay, so it's a further development of the chocolate chips into the chocolate powder. And there's various different shapes, of course, you can cut the cookies into. The star shape requires diamonds, and the square is going to be gold, and the tree is going to be blue dye. The top tier cookie looks to be the emerald cookie, which is the gingerbread man cookie. Ginger. So yeah, so you have to grind the ginger up into ginger powder, and then you can mix it together with the gingerbread man cookie cutter, and that will make the gingerbread cookie. So let's take a look at the gingerbread cookie. It doesn't do much. So for instance, say we took the double chocolate chip square cookie. That seems to be much healthier than the, seems to do the trick. You can take the chip. Yeah. So definitely, if you want more sustenance, go for double chocolate chip as opposed to the chocolate chip. And we'll also look at the sugar cookie. Sugar cookie seems to be even lower. That only gave me half that. Mod called Arcane Magic. Okay. We're going to kill the drowned. Says, you have never seen a zombie like that before. Perhaps you should get some paper to document your findings before killing another. So we'll take another one. Oh wow, you've got to try it. Use the paper to document your discovery. Okay. So it says, I'm writing this to record an unusual species which I discovered while swimming today. Conclusion at this point, I will try and find some more to kill before writing an update. Okay, so there's the fourth one. Parchment updated. After killing several more underwater zombies, I'm beginning to realise they're not the only anomaly. In fact, so much of the world I know is changing. It might be easier to examine the changes if I gathered some of the new items. Okay, I've certainly never seen anything like these items before. To take a closer look, I've written up plans for a device capable of analysing the item placed in it. The analyzer I built appears to function correctly. I can set items by right-clicking. If I right-click with an empty hand while sneaking, I can take them out. I expected that using the analyzer on one of the new items collected would yield some useful information, so I'm rather disappointed to find it didn't do that. Okay, that's funny. I noticed exactly nothing special during the analysis. Before I abandon these experiments entirely, I think it would be worth analysing some old items of mine, even if it is only to reassure myself that there is nothing unusual about the new items I found. So we need to make the golden scepter. Okay, so the scepter I created is capable of even more than I imagined. Not only does it produce golden particles in my analyzer, but it can slowly kill creatures that I look at while holding right click. Okay, I need to take a close look at a crafting table, so let's do that. Notebook updated now, okay. Alright, so what does this do? Materials can be placed on the table by right-clicking a slot while holding any item or block. If the ingredients are arranged in a suitable pattern, right-clicking the block with the scepter will initiate the crafting, as long as the scepter holds enough soul to bind the rest of the items together. Different recipes might require different amounts of soul to craft, but attempting to craft with insufficient soul does not appear to damage the items. Okay, so we'll do it like that instead. Okay. Gold-infused crystal. Creating a gold-infused crystal helped me realise the potentials of transfiguration. Almost every other metal and gem should be able to form crystals in the same way that gold was able to, if they are mixed with specific other ingredients and the right amount of soul. Okay, so this shows you. After discovering the existence of redstone crystals, I began to think of different ways I could use their power for my own benefit. An examination of the blast furnace helped me realise a perfect application: smelting. Alright, so 4 of these, and then we put this in the middle, blast furnace at the bottom, and then at the top we got this one brick. Yeah, so before we do the smelter, let's look at this category, which is the soul storage. Okay, let's see what it says about this. Pendant has proven to be a very useful way of storing soul. Whenever I drain enemies with a scepter, additional soul is added to the pendant if it's present in my inventory. I can store much more soul than I previously thought possible, although I'm still limited by the primitive scepter I'm using. It looks like it's working better now. And then maybe the scepter on it. Okay. Okay, we'll put the pure crystal there, maybe quartz here. Okay, so now, there we go. So we've got the smelter now. So we'll take a look at our, oh, you can see it uses up some of the soul. Okay, and you can see we're going to get 2 iron ingots. So it's essentially it's a pulverizer. There we go. After taking a close look at obsidian, it's become clear to me it's a perfect material to attract and contain soul. An obsidian altar should be able to gather soul from any creatures that die near it and store it in any pendant placed on the altar. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at a mod called Creeper Habitats. So this mod is a mod that changes the colour of the creeper depending on the biome. So you can see this creeper is slightly more muted colour. It's actually quite a pleasant colour for the creeper. Okay, but if we go to a different biome and spawn a creeper in, let's take a look. You can see it is essentially shaded as green, but this is obviously with more reddish tinge. So you can see here, for instance, in the snow biome, very different colour. Okay, now we've got a mod called Agnostos. I actually just heard this adds this biome called the Enchanted Forest. And interestingly, I only just created this world a moment ago, and the phantoms actually naturally spawn in this biome. Okay, so we have this block, the turf block, made with 4 grass. So we have the grass texture on all sides. Illagers will just spawn naturally. Okay, it doesn't look like that the Elgrove tree actually grow on the turf block there. So there you can see very wide dispersal of the topiary there. But the main feature is here with the totems. So the totems need quite a hefty amount of stuff. You can see, it looks like they all need nether stars. The horse whistle, eh? Okay, I did find this. There's also this item as well, which is the horse whistle from Agnostos. So let's try and use the horse whistle. So it's going to make I'll probably dim the volume actually. Come in, horse. Does look like it's directly responding. So you can see that's pretty handy actually. You can actually... It looks like the horse whistle is more for just... Yeah. It's for sort of short range. It's got stone pillars as well. So yeah, the trapdoor matches the door of the Elgrove tree. The herringbone can be created from regular bricks and the stone cutter. This is something I always wondered why they never did, because if you actually look at real houses, they do have a lot of interesting brickwork patterns. And we've also got mossy bricks as well, which is I'm surprised it's not actually in the game. So yeah, mossy bricks is a really good one. Alright, so we have a few totems here as well then. So totem of returning. Okay, so it looks like now you can see it's glowing, the totem of returning. So we're going to go somewhere else and let's use it, the totem of returning. Wow, and you even get the little graphic. That's awesome. The totem of holding is the keep inventory totem. That was cool. I think I lost all my other totems though. I think what happened was the totem of shielding also triggered that. So probably best not to have both of those. Okay, so the totem of shielding is cool as well. So you can see I'm taking various amounts of damage here. So the totem of shielding is literally just a shield that is going to absorb all the damage. It's got quite a good durability as well. So you may have noticed that in the top left there I've got the avatar there. That's the mod called Console Experience. So the other things that are added is that we can see the potion effects there, the enchantment effects, and the contents of shulker boxes. The next mod is Beacon Flight. So if you have there are a couple of conditions you need your beacon to have in order to be able to fly around the beacon. That is, you need to have full power beacon, so 4 levels, 9x9 at the bottom, and you also need to have an elytra in your inventory, so the sky's the limit advancement. If both those conditions are true though, you can now fly in creative mode. Okay, so the final mod I want to look at is a mod called Demesne. So what you need to do first of all is you need to make this, which is called the dowsing orb. You can just make that with bones. And this is actually a compass. You can see it moving around. it says you're not in you can right click, and at this point it says you're in a Demesne of power level 10. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to move around. So this is an area which is called a Demesne, so an area that is providing a special effect, like a starfield in astral sorcery, for instance. Now, when you move around this area, you're going to see there's a certain spot where the blue ball in the center is going to grow larger. So you can see at this exact point here, the blue ball has become larger. So this means you're directly in the center of a Demesne. So you can see that when we're over any of these 4 blocks, we're directly in the center of the Demesne. So what you need to do is then you need to put 4 stone bricks down, and then click it with the dowsing orb. And then what you can do is then you can then attune. So the way to do that is you combine flint and bone, and that will get you a bone needle. Right click, and that will give you, and this will let you to align it to your altar. And you'll notice the altar slightly changed color, and you also get a flame. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to immediately upgrade to the higher tier, which is using the temple marble. And you'll also notice we've got the regeneration effect. I'm just going to go directly into the higher tier altar, which uses the temple marble. You also need these gold bars, but it's the same process otherwise. Bone needle, and you'll see slight change. Lights up. Okay, so we can make this the effigy of the wolf. Just use some temple marble and some lapis, and as long as we put the items in the correct order, if you're ever trying this, so put the effigy in first, then it's the bone, and then finally it's the lead. This is going to summon a spirit wolf. And you can see it's going to summon it directly. So if this spirit wolf dies at any point by a hostile mob, it will respawn there at the altar. Now if you wanted to change the respawn point, what you could do, or the initial spawn point, you could create a spirit beacon. So that requires a diamond, obsidian, and also an ender pearl. Now we'll create the spirit beacon. So we're going to put the spirit beacon over there. So what's going to happen now is that when I summon the spirit wolf, before it was just spawning directly next to the altar, like in this spot over here. But now what's going to happen is it's going to actually spawn. As long as the beacon is within the Demesne, it's going to spawn by the beacon. Okay, we can also make this, which is the effigy of the gnome. Similar to the effigy of the wolf, it needs to be placed into our altar. And we need to go for a gold hoe, a carrot, and a potato. And similarly, you can see that the gnome is going to spawn by the spirit beacon. So let's look at the gnome's behavior now. Okay, so it doesn't actually open the chest. The gnome doesn't open the chest, but the gnome is going to actually take a look at the chest while the gnome's working. So you can see the gnome is putting the contents in the chest without the chest opening sounds. Okay, so there are a bunch of other things that I've been looking at, and a lot of them either don't work or crash the game. But I'll just briefly go through. We've got like a lava tank. We've got a potion system which uses something called orchid nectar to create really strong potions. It's all about the area of effect, like the aura in this area. You can expand the range from 8 to 16 to 24 to 32. There's the weirding reagent. There's all this like reagent system which will change crops into different kinds of crops. Like some of it does work, some of it not so much. We've got a forge, we've got a grinding hopper. So it's going to create dust, going to create ingots. I think some of it's probably because like there's rendering stuff to be done. There's also this, which is put totems on top of the altar. This one may actually work, but it wasn't clear exactly how to place the totem blocks, which is just made out of temple marble. And that will give you, and that will damage mobs in an area of effect, obviously to do with your Demesne zone. If you are interested in the book, though, I'll briefly just scroll through the pages so you can read them by pausing the video here. But Until next time, thanks for watching.